Welcome to KEX, Construction Engineering. What do you do when you need to set out a circular house, foundation, gazebo, or water tank, but you don't have a total station? Most people struggle and end up with errors. Struggle no more with circular layout. In this tutorial, I'm breaking down the center radius method step by step, so you can handle any round layout flawlessly using just basic tools in a matter of minutes. Before we move to the site, ensure you have the following fundamental tools prepared. Having the right equipment is the first step in avoiding errors during the setting out process. 1. Measuring tape. 2. Non-stretch string line. 3. Pegs, wooden or steel. 4. Builder's square. 5. Hammer. 6. Marking chalk or spray paint. 7. Nails. 8. Spirit level and plumb bob. Now, let's proceed. Site planning, preparation, and clearing. Before driving any pegs, you must first verify the property boundaries and establish your required offsets accordingly. This ensures your structure remains legally positioned and clear of setback restrictions. Now that we have established our starting point, zero offset from the property boundary, let's proceed to establish our primary baseline, grid line 1. We are implementing a 1.8 meter offset around the perimeter to ensure our setting out profiles remain clear of the excavation area. Tie the string line to the second peg and level it. That becomes our grid line 1. To ensure precision, we will constantly reference our building plan and layout drawings. Now, let's establish grid line A. Square this accurately to our baseline, grid line 1. Measure and mark the total 9.5 meters to establish grid line 5. Establishing grid line 5. Square grid line 5 accurately to grid line A. Now, let's take measurement from grid line A to establish grid line D. I upload construction videos here every week. Yes, there are many construction videos on this channel. Go ahead and ask whatever you don't understand. I always reply, thanks. Square grid line D accurately to grid line 1. Verify that all four corners are set to a precise 90-degree angle. Once confirmed, measure both diagonals. They must be equal in length to ensure the layout is perfectly square. Note, at this stage, it is critical to verify that all corners, dimensions, and grid lines conform strictly to the layout drawings. Ensuring this accuracy now is essential to prevent costly rework or the propagation of errors into subsequent phases. We will now construct the perimeter profile boards to serve as a reference for marking out the remaining grid lines. Please note that the 1.8 meter offset is essential to protect these reference points from being disturbed during the excavation process. Now, let's offset and mark out grid line 2 from grid line 1. Repeat this process to offset and mark the remaining grid lines on the profile boards. With the grid lines established, we will now proceed to mark out the wall and trench lines. The wall thickness is 225 mm, while the trench width is set at 700 mm. For the wall width, offset 112.5 mm to the left and right of the center line. Fix nails and tie string line to them. For the trench width, offset 350 mm to the left and right of the center line. Fix nails and tie string line to them. Repeat this process to offset and mark the remaining wall and trench lines on the profile boards. I upload construction videos here every week. Yes, there are many construction videos on this channel. Go ahead and ask whatever you don't understand. I always reply, thanks. Now, we will verify the established grid lines to ensure they are accurately positioned before tracing the layout onto the ground for excavation. With all grid lines verified, proceed to mark the trench outlines on the ground. Using sand, sawdust, or spray paint will provide a clear, visible guide for the upcoming excavation. As you can see, we utilize a plumb bob and a custom-built wooden frame constructed to match the trench dimensions to ensure precise alignment of the trench outlines with our established grid lines. Now, we move to a critical phase of the setting out process, utilizing the center radius method to accurately map out curves and circular layouts. Let's get the center C of the circle and the radius from the drawing. The radius is 3.9 meters center to center of grid line 1 and 2. So we use plumb bob to establish the center of the circle. Next, attach a non-stretch string line to the central peg. Measure and mark a radius of 3.9 meters. Keep the line taut and rotate it around the center point to scribe the arc. To define the full trench width, mark 2 additional arcs by adding and subtracting half the trench width from your primary radius. With the circular layout successfully established, using the center radius method, we can now complete the remaining trench outlines. Once finished, we will be ready to begin the excavation phase. Excavating 1 point from meters depth of foundation. Excavation completed. Pouring of 50 mm plain cement concrete blinding at the base of the foundation to protect foundation reinforcement. $50 mm concrete cover. Installation of base reinforcement. Installation and alignment of starter reinforcement. Pouring of 300 mm concrete base. Good, we have completed this technical work. Setting out a circular building doesn't have to be a headache if you have the right manual technique. Whether you're a student or working on site, I hope this step-by-step guide makes your next layout project much easier. Which part of the manual method do you find the most challenging? Let me know in the comments. I upload construction videos here every week. Yes, there are many construction videos on this channel. Go ahead and ask whatever you don't understand. I always reply. Thanks. Thanks for watching.